Welcome back to the Uprising Network. We are back with another episode of Review for You. This week we are reviewing Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
Avengers Endgame. I'm your host, Barry. This is also another host from the hashtag Eastside Podcast. My man's Mel. Before we get started, please go back and check out our review of Us. That movie still be having people like
still thrown through
the movie. Like, I'm like, it wasn't really. It was. I guess it was deep to an extent, but it wasn't like. Yeah, damn, nigga, we over a month later, y'all still talking about this. Either anyway,
I still don't get it.
Oh, man,
like, what did you retard?
All right, so I'm not gonna have any kind of list of questions or anything like that. We just gonna go off the top and just because this movie. I woke up this morning. I was like, damn, I wish I had time to see it one more time before I sat down with him.
Yeah, same.
First thoughts, man.
It was great. It was well paced. Like they paced it out perfectly.
Perfectly. So when I saw, I agree. So when I saw it was 3 hours. Initially, I saw when it was more. It could have, honestly, it could have been longer. I would have been.
They could have got 5 minutes. 5.
Hey,
Give me a bathroom break.
Yeah, as long as it was an intermission, we would have been good. We would have been good. At 3, it didn't even feel like 3 hours. They could have been. They could have rounded it up. Oh, not round, but made it 4 hours. I don't know, with some. Maybe could have did something at the end after the cutscenes with some. I don't know, some bonus footage from the movies along the way, some behind the scenes type shit. I don't know, something for the fans. I guess you got to wait for the Blu-ray copy or to see all that behind the scenes stuff. But totally exceeded my expectations. After 20, this is the 22nd in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
22 movies altogether. So seeing this beforehand, 21 movies, and it's like a whole timeline of things, starting with the original Iron Man in 2009, 8. I think it was 2008.
Don't ask me. I'm terrible.
I think it was 2008. So seeing that for the first time, all the way here to now, we at Avengers Endgame. And the fact, I love that Marvel knocked these shits out back to back. Like, we gonna do this shit this year, we gonna do another movie next year. We got a few movies throughout the year, whereas somebody who might be like a Star Wars fan or some shit like that, there's been decades in between the storyline of shit. Waiting like generations and shit. Recently, yeah. So there's like 3 movies and then it's like a 15, 20 year wait. 3 movies, another 20-year wait. And now, I appreciate Marvel for knocking these shits out. But here we are.
So well executed.
Well executed. So
shout out to Kevin Feige. That's how you pronounce the name? Feige.
I thought it was Feige.
Feige.
Kev.
F-E-I-G-E. Or F-I-E-G.
My man's Kev. Like, you are doing a great job supervising the whole Marvel universe. I'm also jumping ahead for a second. I'm just wondering where y'all going next. I'm eager to see where's going next. I know y'all not going to announce that until Spider-Man Homecoming.
Right.
Is it not Homecoming? I'm mixing the titles up. The next Spider-Man. Is it? I don't think it's Homecoming. I think it's
Far
From
Away
Home.
From Home.
Far From Home. After that, y'all not going to announce what's coming next. But so getting into the movie picks up where, of course, Infinity War left off. It starts with Hawkeye. He's playing around with his family, and they having a little picnic outside. They got this, all this land that he's living on, and then next thing you know, in the middle of nowhere, he's playing with his family, and his family fades away. So he starts to panic. Boom! The fucking start screen happens. Title screen happens, and basically everybody is just fucked up. Everybody's fucked up. Yeah. They don't know what to. Seem like they don't know what to do with themselves. Thanos thought for some reason that everybody was going to prosper after half of the total universe is gone, but clearly everybody is still like grieving with all their family members and I guess their jobs, and this is basically their whole livelihood. Like,
the world is in shambles.
It totally in shambles, and from there, they show all the characters where we're not going to go into total detail. It's spoilers, by the way. Total spoilers. I just should have said that in the beginning. But we're not going to go into detail of every line in the movie, but just a brief synopsis of what happens. Everybody's trying to figure out what to do next. And for a lot of the Avengers, this is the only family they have.
Yeah.
So you have somebody like Black Widow, don't know what she's going to do next. She's completely lost. Captain America is coming from 70 plus years ago. He has no family. Then you have Then you have the other little like Rocket Raccoon. You know, basically nobody has no family. Tony Stark has a family though.
Yeah, he had a little one.
Tony Stark has a family. He has
Finally,
a daughter.
he waited all this time.
All this time. And I thought, Pepper Potts was like way like too old to have a kid by this point.
She hit the menopause already.
I thought she was way too. I thought she was knocking on 50 by this point because in real life he is about 50 something.
You gotta think about it. Her nigga Iron Man.
Yeah, I guess that's you're right.
He probably undo anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He probably could undo anything. So keep that in mind.
He could probably undo anything.
Probably is a key word. All right,
chance. That's a high. That's like an 80% chance.
Yeah. So so everybody's trying to figure out what to do next, and Bruce is now. Is it Dr. Hulk?
Yeah.
He's Dr. Hulk now, and so he's basically turned Hulk into. He said he used to look at the Hulk as like a disease, and a lot of times he was a lot of. In most of the movies, he was very. He didn't really want to turn into Hulk unless he had to because the Hulk was so unpredictable. He didn't have much control over him. So now which they really didn't answer how he did that. Like, I guess he's a scientist.
It was blurry. He tweaked his formula.
He tweaked his formula, and now he's a mix between his real self and the Hulk. And he's basically a celebrity. He's taking pictures, and of course, he's still a scientist.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing though?
As far as him being the Hulk.
Cause like he didn't seem very efficient when it came to fighting.
No, yeah, that's another thing. Right? All right, we will eventually get to that point. But yeah, he's looks like the Hulk.
Yeah,
but he's not smaller. Like he's much smaller, but he's not like the Hulk that we know from the previous Avenger movies. He's just a big green muscular dude. Like
he's a big green doctor.
He's a big green doctor. That's all. That's literally all he is. Throughout the movie, they're trying to figure out, okay, how are we gonna go back in time? And then boom, Ant-Man pops up. They fast forward 5 years.
Yeah.
Fast forward 5 years. World's still in shambles. They having like different like meetings with people who are like grieving groups. And they try to figure out what to do next. And Captain America's like, say, hey, yo, I'm from 70 years ago. If I moved on, y'all got to learn to move on as well. So they still trying to get a handle on it. Like I said, Ant-Man pops up. He talks about the quantum realm. And they're like, yo, we got to give this shit a shot. And he was like, so he was in the quantum realm while the Thanos world, half universe disappeared was happening. So when he came back, it was literally, he said, it felt like only 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. But he come back, it's 5 years later, and while he was there, his, the Wasp was supposed to pull him back.
Yeah.
So, but she had disappeared, so he was stuck in there. Yeah. So when he come back, he's like, damn, only been gone 5 seconds, and everything is fucked up. He finds out where the rest of the Avengers are. They tell him about it. He's like, yo, we gotta figure this out. They bring it to Tony. Tony like, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. I got my family. I'm still alive. Even though he's frail from being caught up in space. He's frail at this point. And he's still trying to get himself together. Yeah. He's like, yo, I'm done. And so then they go to Dr. Bruce or Dr. Hulk. They call him Dr. Bruce, but the Hulk. And from there, they try to figure it out. And it doesn't quite work. Right. They send Ant-Man back, and then he comes back. He's an older man, or he's a baby, or he's a teenager. So they couldn't quite figure out exactly how to get this to work. Meanwhile, Iron Man starts like bending corners in his Audi, and he bend the corner. He's like, yo, what's up, y'all? How did it turn out? And he basically talked to him like some idiots, like Captain America, like, yeah, he came back as a baby. And he's like, oh, yeah, like I told you, this shit is not going to work. So, I figured this shit out. So let's go ahead and get this shit cracking. Let's go ahead and figure this out, and we're going to go ahead and go into time. A few test runs, they figure out, boom, this shit really fucking works. We could go back into time. And so they come up with a plan of how to get the Infinity Stones back in time and find out where exactly the Infinity Stones are so they can... essentially grab them, bring them back before Thanos can get them, bring everybody else back, and along that journey, it wasn't as easy as they figured it would be. Captain America runs into himself. It's like the Spider-Man meme, like, oh shit. And then Thor goes back and he runs into his mom that died, and he's like, oh shit, I can't do this. And the Hulk, he's like, they trying to tell him to blend in, and he don't even know what to do with himself. He throw a bite, you know. And
that shit was funny as fuck. That was so funny.
He didn't know what to do with himself, so it's like, so they trying to figure this out, and then you got Hawkeye and Black Widow. They going to where the Soul Stone is, and they trying to figure out who's going go, and
arguing over the last chicken.
Oh yeah, the Hawk did go to where I don't even remember all their names. It's so many characters. The one with Doctor Strange. Yeah. He did end up getting the stone from her, and she knocked the fucking Bruce Banner out of the Hawk. Yeah. And the Hawk was slumped over in the corner, and the ghost of Bruce Banner was floating around, and he eventually persuaded her.
Doctor Strange when she first met him.
Yeah.
Knocked his soul out of his chest.
Knocked his soul out of his chest, like literally. And they ended up getting the stones, and I'm flying through it for the most, because there's a lot of questions that we have back and forth and whatnot. So and Thanos finds out. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I'm like, yo, like somehow this is not gonna go that smooth. Thanos finds out. Now, while they're all trying to get back into the present, or 5 years from now, the present in the movie, Thanos makes his way back. No, excuse me, I'm moving fast. We have our first death in the movie, which I was not expecting.
Which one?
Black Widow.
That's the second death. Because Thanos' death was first.
Oh, shit. Why we sleep over that? Oh, shit. Oh, that was in the beginning of the movie. Thanos did die. Thor finally aimed for the head. They cut the arm off, and they tried to get the Infinity Glove. Then Stones was removed. And he was like, yo, I got rid of them shits already. Y'all late. He's like, you just used them 2 days ago. That was 2 days ago.
I was so joyed that they fucked him up like that. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Chop his head off.
Yeah. For sure, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, we still got 2 hours and 45 minutes left of this movie.
Right.
Something is about to go down.
I was thinking, like, it's going to be another villain. Like, it's got to be somebody stronger and bigger. Like, you know, like one of them, what they call Celestials or some shit? Them big giant.
Yeah.
Like Galactus or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah.
I think Galactus is with the X-Men and shit, though. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Eventually, I'm sure they gonna get to that, but
them big giant
Sentinel.
Probably.
That's X-Men shit.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right. We might be talking about two different things. They might both be the big robots, but we might be talking about two different things. Rewinding for a second, Thor ended up getting killed. He is in shambles. He is not his Thor-like self, and you know, his whole arm is gone. The Infinity Glove is basically a part of his arm now. They chop it off. They try to get the stones. Yo, them shits was gone 2 days ago. They like, fuck. You know, they chop his head off. And I'm like, damn, how they gonna get the stones? Find out all this other stuff. Ant-Man come back. They go back in time and all that. The second death, Black Widow, I was not expecting her to die, bro. I thought she was gonna be like the very end.
Nah. I always felt like when it came to Marvel and the Avengers that she was the most disposable one. Like, always. I felt like she was the one that.
Yeah, she's still using guns and shit.
Like, yeah. She was like, okay. Of all the Marvel movies, all characters that they've shown in the MCU, she is like the least interesting one to make an origin film for.
But they got one coming though.
I doubt it.
No, they do. It's already in pre-production.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to see that shit.
It's already in pre-production.
I've been hearing about that movie rumored for like the last 8 years.
It's happening, bro. It's happening.
Man, I thought they just...
I don't know if it's going to be like for the Disney streaming service or it's going to be an actual film, but it's an actual... But the thing is, with the Disney streaming services, they said that a lot of storylines is going to be included in the actual MCU film. So you got to see the shows because a lot of the shit that's happening in the shows is going to happen in the movies as well. So if they do it, either way, it's a Black Widow movie happening.
Okay.
Like you said, you ain't even trying to see that shit.
I'm gonna watch it.
Straight to DVD.
I'm gonna watch it. At the crib. I watched at the crib.
Where were we? Oh, Black Widow dies. Her and Hawkeye is going back and forth, or Ronan for that matter, or going back and forth like, no, I'm gonna die. Oh, no, I'm gonna die. Hawkeye's like, yo, he basically knocks her out the way. I'm gonna go. He jump off. Black Widow do some Batman type shit, hook the fucking shit to his belt, have him hanging from the damn cliff, and she's like, yo, let me go. She goes, essentially she kills herself, but she dies to get the Soul Stone and then go back in time. Which I'm like, damn, dog, I was not expecting her to go. I was on the edge of my seat for Tony and Cap, but Black Widow, I was not expecting her to go. So, as they all get back, then here comes Thanos crashing through because Nebula, the past Nebula, found the new Nebula because their consciousness are connected, and he finds out that, oh shit, they trying to fix the shit from the past because me in the future didn't fuck them up.
Yeah.
So they get through the he goes into the present in the movie, and he essentially has become Thanos again, and he's fucking them up, and they are they getting their asses whooped. I thought Captain America was for sure about to get like killed at that point.
Yeah, I thought he was about to die for sure.
Tony is getting fucked up. It's really at this point it's Tony, it's Iron Man, Captain America. The Hulk is but when he comes through, he basically tears down the whole Avengers facility. So Incredible Hulk is under there, or Dr. Hulk for that matter, because he definitely wasn't incredible in the movie.
War Machine.
War Machine was under there. Raccoon was under there. Ant-Man was under there. And so therefore, when Thanos got here, all he was fighting against was Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. And Fat Thor. Thor was fat and sloppy throughout the entire movie.
Drunk Thor.
Thor, fat, sloppy, drunk Thor. He still had his strength.
You might as well call him Male Thor. I'm gonna call him Male Thor. Remind me about myself.
He had the white people looking like dread, like certain dread shits.
He was walking around with some Birkenstocks on.
Yeah. Thor was definitely a shell of himself. Like Birkenstock Thor for sure was. He wasn't himself. When they found him in the movie, he was chilling with the other characters from Ragnarok, with the big rock dude and the people that he was fighting with in Ragnarok. He was chilling with them. They had lion shirts on and shit. But anyway, so Thor comes through, and he only has to fight against those three, and he is like. He fucking them up. I'm thinking this is the end for all three of them at this point.
Yeah,
and
he was giving them some work.
He was working
with no stones. No stones.
With no stones. By this point, they had the stones. By this point, they already had the stones.
All hands and feet.
And all hands and feet. And they had the stones. And Tony, I forgot to mention this. Tony had created a glove. And Hulk felt like he was the only one strong enough to take the blast when he snapped his fingers, and so that's what happened there. But as soon as they were going through that process, that's when Thanos came and they had to fight, and the Infinity Glove was under all of the rocks and all of that stuff, and so no, before we all over the place. Before Thanos got right when Thanos got there. They did bring everybody back. They brought everybody back. Hulk snapped his fingers. He brought everybody back. And as Hawkeye's getting a phone call from his wife that disappeared, that's when Thanos showed up. So they saw the birds chirping and everything, and the sunshine, the trees, and all the shit. So they knew the shit fucking worked. But they didn't really have much time to celebrate or figure out where everybody else was.
Thanos was on their ass.
Thanos was already on their ass, so they didn't have much time. He tore the whole fucking facility up. So they got to fight him hands and feet. He is essentially he busts down Captain America's shield. So he only had basically like the forearm left. Yeah. And he getting his ass whooped. Then Iron Man, I didn't even see him with his helmet much of the time.
No.
And then again, Tony was already fragile as well from
old man Tony.
Yeah, for sure, old man Tony.
He's getting worked.
And we say like Thor was already like out of shape, fat, sloppy. So it's like, damn, these niggas is washed. All these niggas was washed. Captain America
we
was
didn't have LA Fitness Store. We had Planet Fitness Store.
Yeah, so
no
like,
judge zone.
Like they were like these 5 years that they had off, they ain't do no kind of lift no kind of weights.
All
they
they did
ain't
was
do no
cry.
cardio. All they did was cry about how we gonna get this shit over,
They did
like fix the
fucking
shit.
cardio.
That's all they did. They just sat on their ass for 5 years. And so as Thor is about to put the finishing touches on the crew, then that's when everybody shows up. The Doctor Strange shit starts happening, the sparkler shit, everybody starts walking through the shit, and it's like, yo, everybody first, Black in America. Black Panther Black Panther walks through and it's like, oh shit, it's really about to go down. But I knew he wasn't about to fuck Thanos up by himself, but I knew they had help. Boom, everybody starts coming through. And it's like, literally, everybody from all the fucking, except Black Widow, but from the previous movies, where it just come through and it's their army against Thanos' army, including all the ones that got fucked up in Infinity War, because like I said, they went back in time and he brought all the old motherfuckers back with him. So they had his arm, even the ones from the big flying dragon looking things from the first Avengers, them shits was back too.
It was deep.
It was
Thanos
deep.
came deep
For sure.
and they brought the Doctor Strange crew.
Doctor Strange crew, even my mans that ducked off last time, he was like, the students with him and everything. So I'm like, oh shit, this is really about to fucking go down. Hold on, pause this. Jordan! Stop! Alright, so I'm like, it's really about to go down. And in fact, it did. It's like, they all going at it, and it was just super. At that point, it was like, yo, this is like some super comic book shit here.
Man,
like,
that
at that point,
epic.
I got chills when that shit happened. I was like, this shit was so fucking epic. Like, when you see everybody, they run, Avengers assemble, or I don't know what Thanos' key phrase was, whatever, but they all running at each other like, oh shit, who about to die? I knew somebody was about to die, but I didn't know that they was about to like really go to work against each other like that. Everybody is just like scrapping for their lives, and it was a cool moment, but it only lasted like a good 6 seconds when all the women got together.
Yeah,
that shit was cool.
I seen a lot of people talking about that.
Like that shit was only like a blink of an eye though. Like, it did not last that long at all, but it was cool to see.
It was like the ladies' night video.
It was
ladies' night.
It was like for sure. But it literally was only like as fast as this shit came together, it was over with by that point. Like it didn't like none of them they didn't get their ass whooped or nothing, but it just didn't. It wasn't like a key moment in the movie. It wasn't like they all got together to save everybody, but it was cool. It was cool to see. It was cool to see. It was cool to see all the women's rights groups. That was for y'all. That part was for y'all. And they finally beat Thanos by basically they playing catch with the Infinity Glove, the new Infinity Glove. Spider-Man has it for a second, then Falcon has it for a second, then Captain Marvel, she comes through and crashed the motherfucking Thanos' spaceship. Yep. She, cause he's like, yo, I'm getting fucked up by Thor and Iron Man at this point. Like, yo, he said, like, just do it. Or he was like, you sure you want to do it?
Yeah,
and it's like, it's basically like, don't push that red button. And they put that red button, and it was like some all kind of shit he about to tear the fucking planet up. Yeah. And Captain Marvel comes through like, nah. She tears his ship up. She appears, and which I'm glad they didn't have her come through and be like, yo, I'm about to save y'all. Like much earlier in the movie. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't do that shit, because that would have been super corny if they did that shit. I'm glad they fought as hard as they did before she showed up, because she's saving other planets. She's like, it's thousands of other planets with all this shit that's happening on this planet. So who knows with that said, who knows how long the Marvel Universe is going to go on?
Boy, they got endless material. Endless fun.
And they still creating material as well, new comics and shit too. So ain't no telling how long this shit gonna go.
There's so much stuff they could have did.
So she shows up, tears the ship up, and they still fighting, and who finally gets the glove? Oh, Tony finally gets the glove.
Oh yeah.
And
Tony got
so they Thanos and Tony is going back and forth for a second. He finally gets it. He puts the glove on, and he was like basically said like, I'm Iron Man. That was like the last line of the original movie, and that's the last line that he had in Endgame. That's the last line that he had. He snapped his fingers. All of Thanos is, I guess it's all about a mental thing, like what you trying to do when you snap your finger.
Yeah, what you thinking.
Okay, whatever you thinking. So all of Thanos' army disappears. Thanos slowly sits down. I'm thinking that Iron Man left him, and they really about to just
jump him. I'm like, they about to just.
I thought they about to really about to work this nigga.
Beat him for years.
He sit down and he's like, "Damn, I can't believe I lost," or "Damn, I can't believe I'm about to die," or "Damn, they really about to fuck me up."
Man,
all the above I'm thinking about to happen, and what happens? He slowly fades. Which I was satisfied with that though.
I want to see him get beat up some more. I want to see a little more fighting.
For sure. They could have made this shit 4-5 hours for sure. That fight scene at the end could have definitely gone on for much longer than it did.
I wanted to see more Captain America versus Thanos. I mean, Captain Marvel versus Thanos.
Yeah, he tried to headbutt her and shit. And she looking like this. She ate that shit. He basically tried to headbutt Captain America, and she like, no, that shit don't work on me, bro. I'm much stronger than you are. And after Tony snaps his fingers and all of the enemies disappear, and everybody's looking around like, yo, we did it. But they look over to the side, and Tony was, long story short, Tony was done. Like, Tony had blew everything that he had left in him, and that was I wasn't sad, but I'm like, dog. At first, Iron Man was my favorite. It's still my favorite out of all of them. I was sad to see him go because, like, damn, dog, he really might not come back.
Really, yeah, it was a real moment.
Because Tony is like the life force of everything. If Tony didn't come back and be like, yo, I figured this shit out, there's no way they would have went back into time. All of the gear that they had and Iron Man's suit. I mean, not Iron Man's suit. Spider-Man's new suit and shit. Like, it's so much. Tony is like deep. His DNA is deep all through the fucking MCU. And for him to be gone now, it's like, damn, like, what the fuck we gonna do next? So
I'm sure he the reason why everybody got these sweet ass suits.
For sure.
I'm sure.
For sure.
Everybody.
For sure.
I know he probably been doing Captain America upgrades to his suits.
The whole time. Then, I didn't even mention Pepper. She finally put on her suit.
Yeah.
She was fighting in the movie.
10 years later.
10 years later. You know, after their daughter was playing with the helmet, he's like, yo, your mom never wears anything I buy her. And then she pops up like, she puts her shit on. She fighting in the movie as well. Like, nigga, that fight scene, nothing like it, dog. 10 out of 10 by far. Just to go back and see that movie, that fight scene alone is worth it. Like, totally worth it.
Like they saved it for the end.
For sure. It was super well paced, like you said in the beginning. Yeah. Very well paced. Out of all the fight scenes in all of the Marvel MCU, that is of course the top, and then maybe something like the Civil War.
Yeah,
that's like right under there.
Wait, don't skip Infinity.
Oh shit! Damn, Infinity War and then Civil War.
Can't skip Hove.
So they have a funeral for Tony, and they flashback for some time later. Then they send Captain America back into time to return all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. And
Cap does not come back when he's supposed to come back. So they like, yo, what's going on? He skipped over his timestamp. And then they show him over to the side on the bench, and we have old Cap, right? Which they did a great job. I'm not sure if that was like really him or it's like his, because it looked like him, but I don't know if that was CGI because I saw the trailer for that Will Smith movie where it showed like the younger Will Smith shit. I'm not sure if that was like makeup or CGI, but either way, it looked great. I'm like, damn, is that his real dad or like a uncle or some shit? Like, it looked CGI. Super CGI. It looked great. It looked great. And he passes the torch to Falcon. Falcon is the new Captain America now.
Boo.
And people don't really like Falcon for whatever.
He's such a ham.
Yeah.
Falcon is
So who you think they should have given to Bucky?
I don't know. Probably neither.
Neither?
But I prefer Bucky.
Bucky can fight.
Yes.
Falcon, I don't think he can fight.
Falcon can die. That's the problem. Like, he can easily die.
Yeah.
Bucky and Captain, they can't die that easily.
I hear you.
Just not.
Falcon's just a nigga with a suit on.
Yes, he just got some fake ass wings.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, he held his own in the battle, though.
I mean, he wasn't much focus, though, but in big battles, he ain't much help.
No. I mean, but he got wings. Get out He's a flying Captain America now.
Yeah. You gonna fly across the shield. I thought the shield was supposed to... Oh, he went back in time. Okay. Yeah. I was about to say that the shield did get fucked up.
Yeah.
In that big
went
battle.
Back in time, and he got the shield, passed the torch to Falcon, and that was the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't like no Avengers, we gonna get back together, see y'all next time. Nope. And then there was no end scene. I think it was done beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
What was the issues that you had in the movie?
Okay. Peep this. They was in they got turned into backwood dust, right?
Yeah.
5 years went by.
5 years went by.
How is it that if 5 years went by, okay, so 5 years went by, you seen how Ant-Man, his daughter aged, right?
Yeah.
She was older.
Yeah.
Why, when Peter Parker went back to school, he was the same age as the kids? They supposed to be 5 years older than him.
Oh, you're right.
I know I'm right.
Yeah,
I thought long and hard about this.
When he go back to school, all his friends supposed to be graduated by
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
Yeah,
they supposed to been going to college.
Yeah.
5 years?
Yeah.
Come on, because he was not in middle school.
No.
They supposed to be in college. How does that happen?
Yeah. So this Spider-Man Far From Home, I don't know how y'all gonna play this, but it's gonna be a huge flaw if
y'all
they
got
still
some
in high
explaining
school.
to do.
Y'all got some explaining to do for
y'all
sure.
got some explaining to do.
But I did read something that I don't know, because they don't really have a lot of leaks and shit, but it's supposed to happen like right after not Infinity War, but after Civil War or some shit.
Oh, okay. Right after Civil War?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen like right after Civil War. It's supposed to take place. I don't know. We'll see.
I was thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking that they was on a school bus in Infinity War to go on a field trip. I thought that was...
Oh,
that's what I was thinking.
Oh, because they was on the bus when...
Yeah. Oh. He was like, distract him. And then he jumped out the window.
Yeah.
Hollered at Thanos.
How they gonna play it? Is Tony gonna be in that one? Like, what we gonna do? Like, is Captain America gonna be in it, or like, is it gonna be reference to him? I want to see how y'all play this. How y'all play this next Spider-Man?
Yeah, it's definitely
I know that's a Sony. It's Sony included in it. I know it's an MCU movie, but it's still part of Sony. This is like the last Sony MCU combined film or whatever. So I'm sure if they had it their way, if Sony wasn't involved, they probably would have did this before Endgame, and then they could just start fresh with whatever whatever the plan is next time for the next phase. So that was the only plot hole you had?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
Okay. All right. So it totally exceeded my expectations. I honestly say this is the first Marvel film I gave a 10.
The first one? I guess. Let me see.
The first, I give it a 10 because it's like the closing of it. Like, boom.
Yeah. But I still feel like it's like a 9.5.
A 9.5? Okay.
Like, I give Infinity War a 10, though.
Infinity War 10?
That was more of my speed.
Because there was more action in it?
Yeah.
I feel that. Because it did take a long time for it to get to, like, all right, what we about to do?
I don't know how I stayed. I mean, no disrespect. It's more about me than the movie, but I don't know how I stayed woke that long. Because I fall asleep very easily. Especially if there's not a lot of action. I don't know how. But, because I'll get up early as fucking morning. Like, I'm up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
And I'm at the movies at 7. I'll be sleepy. But that's usually why I end up going to see movies like 3 times. But, yeah, it was like, it took a minute, for shit to really get popping.
More than half of the movie.
Yeah.
It took for it to get there.
Like, it picked up when they started going back to get the stones.
Yeah, once they start going back and get the stones, that's when you start seeing them suit up. and I guess I don't want to say look like themselves, but they were starting to
like that fight with Captain America versus Captain America. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that, like if Iron Man bumped into Iron Man, you know, seeing them fight each other.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that type of shit would have been super fire. But you know, they did what they did for him.
Older Captain America was definitely getting worked by younger Cap.
Yeah.
He was definitely getting worked. Like it was like he had to because he was trying to reach for the Loki scepter and shit, and younger Cap or the past Cap was choking him out, and he was like, "Damn, what do I do next? Oh, Bucky's still alive. What?" Then he grabbed the scepter and shit, and then he put him to sleep and whatever. But he was definitely fighting for his life against his younger self.
You know,
for sure.
Did you peep that? They pulled a Batman vs Superman.
I never saw that movie.
What?
I didn't see that.
Crazy. I mean, you ain't
It
missing
was
out on much. But okay, Batman vs Superman. Let me see. Batman was beating the brakes off of Superman.
Okay.
He had the fight won. Beating the shit out of Superman. Superman was like, Martha. And then Batman stopped fighting. He was like, "What? Why you say that name?" Both of their names,
name, right?
Yeah, both of their mom's names is Martha.
Okay.
So he thought Superman was bringing up Batman's mom, but Superman was saying like, "They got my mama, you know, they trying to kill my mama."
Yeah.
So it stopped. So it was basically like the diversion is kind of like a play on that.
Oh, okay. So they made it a high line, they made it a high song.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically.
All right. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Marvel. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, DC they might as well just hang it up. Like, ain't no way y'all ain't never gonna touch this, man.
No, but I think their issue before was they was trying to catch up by starting off with not starting off, but with DC was trying to catch up with Marvel too soon because after because they didn't have a lot of their DC extended universe or whatever films, but they kind of jumped like super fast to Justice League after seeing what Avengers did, and it's like, oh, you got to build this world first before you kind of get a payoff like that. So DC, I think they're actually starting over right now, to be honest, with their the way they're playing it. As far as, because I think Wonder Woman was good. I enjoyed that one. Out of all the ones, I saw Wonder Woman. Aquaman surprised me.
That was good.
I didn't bother to see Shazam.
I like Shazam.
Everybody said he I know I got to see that.
It's long.
I didn't bother seeing Justice League because I saw how Man of Steel was, and I'm like, I didn't. I don't like the tone of their movies. Like every movie, it's like they put the Dark Knight, the tone of Dark Knight onto Superman, and I didn't like that.
I'm sorry. I like it.
But back to Marvel, because this is for y'all, for Marvel.
The greatest.
Y'all definitely light speed. Y'all, it's nobody even in y'all rear view right now. There's nobody in y'all rear view. Y'all ain't got to worry about DC. So
can you compare? Like, okay, so we can't go. DC is not the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like comparable to Star Wars? Like, can you pit?
Not yet. I think the next phase is going to be in space.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's going to be totally in space. Because Captain America's bouncing around to different, planets and shit like that. And that's what's kind of what Star Wars is. It goes to different planets and shit. So I think with her being like in Cap's spot, I think that's exactly where some wood is. Then towards the end, you have Thor running around with Guardians of the Galaxy now. So I think it's gonna be headed towards space instead of being like on Earth or whatever. So
if they really do that, that's gonna be so dope.
Yeah.
If they really keep Thor with the Guardians,
for sure.
That's like kind of like a merger of two of my favorites.
I like what they're doing with Thor. I don't know what made them change Thor's whole aesthetic.
Boring as fuck.
That shit, the first I can't do the first two movies, but when they did switches to Ragnarok and he's more comedic now and he's more charismatic now, it's He's just more like a more fun character. Before she was like watching some Shakespeare type shit. Like,
yeah, terrible.
like now he's much more fun to watch on screen, and it's him and Star Lord's, back and forth. That works perfectly because you saw that in the Infinity War. Their personalities. That shit just worked. That shit just works, and so hopefully Thor is with Guardians in Volume 3.
When they showed that part, was it Gamora with them?
Yeah.
She was in there?
Yeah, but the thing is, Star-Lord was thrown off because of, she was still from before they even got, like, really, like cool and shit. But she was in the background, though.
Okay. I had forgot about that. Like, she in there with them?
Yeah, so they even got to catch her up to, like, what the fuck was going on. What happened? Like,
yeah.
And she was talking to Nebula, like, he was the one that I got with.
Right.
She's like, yeah, it was either between him and the fucking tree. So, like...
Yeah, that's true, though.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Captain Marvel haircut?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
She had I got Miss Kids cut.
Oh, she definitely got it. I talked the Apple Care haircut. I want to speak to the manager haircut for sure. I like the haircut on her. She had a square ass head though, but I like the haircut.
Yeah, it was fitting how they threw it in there, but didn't like make it a big deal. For
sure. After the 5 years, she got her shit cut up. You know what I'm saying? It's new year, new her.
She a bad bitch now.
She looks good for sure. I think her acting is a little stiff, but
it definitely is.
She
ain't got much personality.
Nah, it's not much personality. You not like to feel Captain America and Iron Man's shoes. It's like you gotta.
She give you that. I'm a lesbian, but I'm not gonna tell you. I'm a lesbian. You just gonna have to catch me.
Yeah. Like, it's just I don't know.
They don't talk about lesbians.
Maybe in this next phase with her leading the way, that maybe like the way they did with Thor, they switch up her personality. I don't know. But I think Marvel, these first 3 phases were incredible. At some point, like even with a lot of movies, I don't go back and watch because of like I know I don't have the same excitement factor. But with the first 3 phases, I know I'm going to find myself starting with Iron Man and working myself through for years to come. I know I'm going to watch these shits over and over again.
Hell yeah.
It's not like, damn, I know the story and it's over with and I don't need to watch it no more. No, I'm going to start this over from Iron Man and work my way through plenty of times. I got a 5-year-old, so I know when he's able to really understand and grasp this, we gonna run through this shit. When his kids get here, if he has kids, run through it with them kids as well. So
Saturday, I was at the crib. We was flicking through the channels. They had 3 Marvel movies on 3 different channels.
Wow.
And we were just
back and forth.
Yeah, going back and forth. They had Iron Man, the first Iron Man, the first Captain America, and Age of Ultron was all on.
Out of all the Avengers, I think Age of Ultron was the worst one.
Definitely.
Definitely was the worst. I'm like, and I remember seeing that shit. I'm like, yo, that shit was kind of fire. But looking back, I'm like, Ultron was a whack ass villain.
He was. He could have been much better though.
Whack ass.
Is Loki dead? That's the question that I had. Is Loki dead?
Yeah, that's another good question because they went back to 2014.
Yeah.
They went back to 2014 and Loki didn't die until the last movie.
Right. And he died because Thanos was looking for the stones.
Yeah. That's a good question. That's another plot hole there. Like, they didn't really say what happened with Loki.
Because I was hoping to see Loki in that final fight scene. I would have thought, like, if he was alive, he'd come help. Maybe. Possibly. Because, he was kind of on some, I think I might be a good guy now. Like, with Ragnarok.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Where was you at, Loki?
Where was Killmonger?
Where was you at?
Where was Killmonger?
Oh, no. He out of there. He switched cheese. he switched cheese for sure.
He's still back in Oakland. Like, but they went back to when he was still chilling in Oakland, some shit, like, before he really... I don't know, like, if you're going back that far, they went back to the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, but if you snap, it only goes to whatever time you think, oh, shit.
Yeah, it go back to
okay,
the
all right,
snap.
well, that ain't really the plot hole then. I guess it's really whatever you want it to be when you snap your fingers. So why wouldn't... But if they snap, why Black Widow ain't come back? Because they was all fucked up about her dying. Like, why they didn't bring her back? If all the characters from that
I think they just brought back the people that died from the snap.
That's not fair. That's not fair. You could have just easily brought
Because
back
he said it. He said, he's like, I tried to bring her back. Remember the Hulk? He said it.
Yeah, he did say that.
He said, I tried to bring her back.
Damn. All right, so I gave this a 10. He gave it a 9.5. I'm sure if I watch it again, it probably won't be a 10 because I'm going to look at some other shit and be like, damn, all right, that's a little shaky.
Fishy.
But Marvel did a great fucking job overall. I am super excited and really feel privileged to see this shit happen in real time.
Hell yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going next and how they're going to implement the X-Men into the universe and where that's going to go. Because even without the X-Men being involved with this, it was great, and they had so much material to